The ODM Linda Ground team has turned against William Ruto by setting a very tough condition against William Ruto, which has put him in a deep dilemma. The ODM Linda Ground today, while in Pwani, led by the Mombasa Governor Abdul Swamad Nasir Sharif, set a very, tough condition to William Ruto, telling him if we are told they are going to be in a partnership deal, ODM and UDA, then William Ruto should allow Hassan Ali Joho to be the deputy president, or rather Ruto's running mate in the campaigning season 2027. This is a very tough condition, given that right now William Ruto has the Askidure Kindiki from Mount Kenya region, a vote-rich region. Listen to this.
Na sisi tunasema tumeanza mazungumzo, karibuni tutaanza rasmi na chama cha UDA. Tumeelewana? Mimi nawaambia tukiingia katika ile mazungumzo, tunasema hatuingii ya kwa sisi ni wachache. Idadi zenu ndio ambao kwamba za tuinua uso. Tukiingia katika mazungumzo, tunaingia katika mazungumzo as equal partners. Kwa hivyo kama mmoja anachukua juu kama rais, naibu wa rais awe mwanachama wa O. Narejelea tena, naibu wa rais awe anatoka chama cha O. Na hapa Pwani munakubali yule ambaye kwamba awe naibu wa rais ni nani? Wapi nduru ya Hassan Ali Joho? Sisi tunaingia katika mazungumzo. Tukiingia katika mazungumzo yetu tunataka kusema elimu itaweza kuboreshwa.
By putting William Ruto in that tough condition, or than that tough position, it shows that they are kinda, revolting, because there are some conditions, because they're saying it is the deputy president position or nothing. That is a very tough condition they've put. And what if William Ruto does not heed to their conditions? What will happen? Will they back off from the ODM UDA partnership deal? Now they are putting William Ruto in a very difficult position, and is one way that shows that they are looking for ways maybe to quit that partnership deal. William Ruto is in deep dilemma right now, because if they are calling for Hassan Ali Joho to deputize him in the next election, it indicates that William Ruto will have to dump the Mount Kenya region, dump Kidhure Kindiki, and give it to ODM. But unfortunately, ODM right now, they have no numbers, because the party is split into two. So the Linda Ground, in fact, has lost the ground. They are looking for that ground. They are protecting a ground that they don't have. Since in ODM, there are two factions, Linda Ground and Linda Mwananchi. And by the look of things, it shows clearly that Edwin Sifuna's Linda Mwananchi is taking the route, or it's taking, the backing of the ODM bases. Many people are saying that Linda Mwananchi is soon going to be the ODM, the real ODM, but Linda Ground is already gone with William Ruto. So it has left William Ruto with a headache of making a decision. If you compare the Luo Nation and Mount Kenya, compare the Pwani region and Mount Kenya, you realize there is a sharp difference. In as much as you combine the Luo Nation votes and the Pwani votes, now that they are calling for Hassan Joho to be the deputy president, you realize that they won't match the Mount Kenya votes. And if William Ruto loses grip of the Mount Kenya votes, and also, Luo Nation is now divided. We have the Linda Mwananchi in one term, and we have the Linda Ground, which is in two term. That shows that William Ruto is going to make a very tough decision towards 2027. And equally, the Linda Mwananchi yesterday said that they are open to make the decisions, or rather to join the other opposition leaders. And if they join other opposition leaders, it means the Luo Nation votes will be split into, in fact, 3 quarters. And the Linda Ground will go with a quarter of the votes. Another thing, the Luo Nation does not come up, they don't go out to vote during election day. Even the time Raila Odinga, whom they regarded as their god, they never came out 100% to vote for him. Equally, there is no turnout to register as voters, and that is the big problem. You know, that makes Mount Kenya the political champion, the political vote rich, because when you look at the relation of the number of people with ID cards, identification cards, and those registered, it's almost the same. But when you go to Luo Nation, you realize there are many people with ID cards, but they don't have voters cards or other voting cards. Yeah, that makes the difference, such that we have Mount Kenya people who are politically active and they come out to vote, yet William Ruto will not bet. William Ruto will not gamble on losing the grip of elite. In as much as it has slipped away, in as much as Mount Kenya is now slippery, there is a section of people who still believe in William Ruto well in the Mount Kenya region. So if he lets that position slip away to Luo Nyanza, that means he will lose the Mount Kenya votes completely. Another reason, you know, in Mount Kenya, William Ruto still has his lieutenants, people on the ground, the likes of Kimani Chungwa, yeah, the likes of Alice, the likes of William Kabogo. There are people there who, even if you wake them up at night, they'll sing two-term. They'll talk William Ruto good. They are positive with William Ruto's presidency. So if he takes the position of Kithure Kindiki and take it to Ali Hassan Joho, it means we will lose deeply the mountain region votes. So ODM is putting William Ruto in a big dilemma. But if it were you, still, you could consider to retain that seat in Mount Kenya region, because in a Luo Nation, they have no numbers, number one. Number two, they don't vote. Number three, ODM is divided. Linda Mwananchi is another trouble. Linda Mwananchi, in fact, is another prick in the ass. They are kind of, you know, they are taking everything from the larger ODM party. It's like the ODM that we knew before Raila died is with Linda Mwananchi. And that one also is giving William Ruto sleepless nights, because he was really banking on, you know, ODM party. And another thing, the emergence of the Sifuna wave, the Linda Mwananchi wave, you know, they are resonating so much with the Gen Zs, with the younger people. They speak their language, they know their struggles, they know what they are going through, they know what they want. They are speaking, in fact, they are speaking their languages. Their language. So William Ruto is finding it so hard. Why? ODM Linda ground is setting tough conditions for, you know, for that partnership deal. Recently, they were talking about zoning, saying that William Ruto should never fail the candidates in ODM strongholds. And when you look at what they are saying, ODM strongholds, that is in Luo Nyanza and also coastal region. But again, in Luo Nyanza still it's infiltrated. So I don't know how they consider Luo Nyanza a stronghold of ODM. So that is another thing. So I'm really concerned if William Ruto is gonna, you know, heed to their conditions, give them what they want. Yeah, and if that happens, it means he's sacrificing some of his voters from other regions. Anyway, it is a matter of time. We wait and see what happens. I guess you have your opinions too. You can write them down there in the comment section. We shall debate. I'll respond to each comment. Perhaps it can form a basis of whatever we're going to talk about in the next video. And if you're new here, consider subscribing, liking and sharing our content. Hit the notification bell so that you can be receiving notifications each and every time we bring you a new content.